What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Monday morning episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me across all of my socials at Sports Talk Matt. In this podcast being brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Okay, so a down Sunday, but it did not kill the week. We still were up over 3 units on the week, which is good. We had a decent week. We lost on Monday slightly, lost on Tuesday, but then we won on Wednesday, won big on Thursday, slightly down on Friday, won on Saturday, and then down on Sunday. So overall, a good week for us, including what happened last night. Cardinals and the Raiders both failed to come through for us. Unfortunately, the under for the Chiefs. I didn't change that properly. Chiefs and the Chargers. That game, same game teaser came in too. I bet that as well. I told you guys about that on the live stream. That came in plus 10 and under 49. The teaser misses because the Bears got housed. That's unfortunate. Props go 2-2. So we were flat there on player props. We were down 2.4 units on the day, going 3-5 on a Sunday. It's our first losing Sunday in a while. We've had a very good run in the NFL. So kind of typical thing. Somebody reminded me, say, I'm going to fade you on Sunday. I said, okay, be careful. I was hot in the NFL, but I win on Saturday, lose on Sunday, or vice versa. That doesn't mean much for Monday, however, and I've got a play on the Monday night game. I've got 2 player props to give you that I'm going to bet at a half a unit for each of them, and I've got 1 college basketball bet for us coming at you on a Monday. Not a very big card here for college basketball, NBA, or hockey, and just 1 standalone NFL game here. But we'll get to those picks and plays here in just 1 second. First and foremost, tell you about our friends at DraftKings and the Pick 6 app. I will give you a DraftKings Pick 6 on the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat, before I get to the game. I will give it to you on the Discord channel, DraftKings Pick 6 in the Daily Juice channel. If you're curious, I will post it at some point during the day. Got to see who's playing in this game. There's some questions about guys and where we're going to go. This could be a very fun over game. Download the DraftKings Pick 6, play $5 and get $50 instantly in Pick 6 credits for new users when they use the promo code JUICE at sign up for DraftKings and the Pick 6 app for DraftKings. Gambling problem? Well, we've talked about this a lot. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. 18 plus in most eligible jurisdictions, but other age and eligibility restrictions may apply. Valid only in jurisdictions where DraftKings Pick 6 operates. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including but not limited to New York and California, Ontario. For terms, go to pick6.draftkings.com/promos for more information. Okay, Monday night. Cowboys hosting the Bengals. Some news and notes, some things that are worthwhile talking about this, which is pretty interesting. Cooper Rush has made 10 career starts in the NFL. He's now 7-3 against the number. When he's a dog of 7 points or more, he's only 2-3 against the number. But in any other situation so far in his career, like tonight where he's catching 5.5, he's 5-0 ATS. It's bad news for the Bengals. The Cowboys, since 2003, have played 27 games on Monday Night Football. Dak Prescott starts, they're 6-1 against the number. Anybody else? 7-13 against the number. But the Bengals are just not great. Over the last 15 years, the Bengals are just the 9th team in their 13th game or later to have a win percentage of 35% or less. Lose as a favorite the previous week, and then turn around and get the points or lay points as a favorite. Those teams were 8-0 straight up and 6-2 ATS. The last time this happened was back in 2021 against the Seahawks. So what am I going to do in this game? Well, points. Monday night overs are 12-4 this year. 12-4. They've gone over by at least 6 points, 6 or more points every time it's gone over. This is the second best year for overs on Monday Night Football in the last 20 years, just behind 2008, in which overs went 12-3-2. Totals 49.5. Offense. Joe Burrow with 30 touchdown passes and 5 picks through 12 games. The offense is going to go and slice and dice against the Cowboys secondary. That's not good. But the Bengals defense is god-awful, like we know. This season, teams that score 30 or more points are 80-7 straight up. The Bengals have 4 of those 7 losses. Since the 1st of November, they're 28-2. The Bengals have both those losses. Why? Their defense is god-awful. The Cowboys defense is equally god-awful. over 49.5 here for us, jumping on that for 1.1 units. Number opened at 44.5. It's been bet all the way up. I would go as high as 52, to be quite honest, or maybe even 51. But I wouldn't hesitate. If it's 50, I wouldn't hesitate. 49.5, we're going over. We're okay with going over here for this game. Couple of player props for you. Cooper Rush. This is wild. So if I like the over, right? I like the over. That means I like offense. That means I like the ability for this team to score, both teams to score. Cooper Rush, for his touchdown prop to throw over 1.5 touchdowns, is plus 148. I don't really understand that number, to be quite honest. Like, Cooper Rush threw 2 passing touchdowns against Washington. He threw 1 against the Giants, but at home, you would think he's going to get an opportunity to have at least 1. Will he get 2 against this defense? I think he will. I think it's worth the shot to go with Cooper Rush over 1.5 touchdown tosses at plus 148. I'm just going to take a shot on that. It's big plus money. I think he's got a real good shot here to throw 2 touchdown tosses against this defense because the defense stinks. I mean, just straight up stinks. And I'm going to couple that with CeeDee Lamb to have a big night receiving. CeeDee Lamb, I think, could be, a real big problem for this secondary for the Bengals, who have given up yards and touchdowns to everyone. CeeDee Lamb's number is 66.5 for him with that. CeeDee Lamb went over. He had 67 against Washington, 93 against Houston. He's gone over that number in 2 of his last 3 games. It's prime time. It's Monday night. You got to think he wants to ball out. He's averaging 11 yards per catch. CeeDee Lamb has a big night tonight. CeeDee Lamb over 6.5 yards receiving for a 0.55 units. So a half a unit down on Cooper Rush to go and throw 2 touchdown tosses at plus 148. And then we'll go CeeDee Lamb over 66.5 yards receiving for him here, 4.55 units. There is one college game to talk about, and that is Minnesota, who is at Indiana. And once again, we're talking about a team with their first true road game. Ben Johnson, the coach for Minnesota, his team's coming off of a 90-72 home loss to Michigan State. Yikes. On a neutral, they lost to Wake Forest. This team lost at home to North Texas, 54-51. They have 2 home losses. Indiana, well, according to KenPom, this is a 10-point win. The number is 10 for Indiana. Indiana's got 2 losses to Gonzaga and to Louisville. But at home, they've been housing people. They beat Miami of Ohio 76-57. They beat Sam Houston State 97-71. They beat Providence 89-73. They beat UNC Greensboro 69-58. 10-point win here by KenPom, 73-63. But Minnesota's defense is not great. Their offense equally is not great. Their offense is currently 236th in effective field goal percentage. They are currently 294th in three-point percentage. They can't hit free throws. They're 352nd in free throw percentage. Yikes. Indiana's offense, on the flip side, they're 47th in offensive efficiency, 41st in effective field goal percentage, 74th in three-point percentage, 57th in two-point percentage, and they're 39th in free throw percentage. They hit their free throws. When it comes to laying big numbers, you need free throws. Assembly Hall is going to be rocking. I'll lay the 10 points. Indiana, minus 10 up against Minnesota for 1.1 units. Okay, so I'll give you the pick 6 on the Discord channel later on today. BettingPros.com/chat to get in with that. A bunch of you were on our live chat for the college football playoff breakdown last night. Thank you for being here. We had about 150 people on that. That was a lot of fun to break that down with the bracket. Tomorrow night, once it all kind of settles, I will make bets on the games and make bets on the futures market coming up for tomorrow. Just want to let it go for one night just to see what the movement is here, to see if I'm right when it comes to what I think is going to happen from a value perspective. So we may jump in on that, but I will have that on tomorrow night's podcast or tomorrow morning's podcast. But for today, I'll give you the DraftKings Pick 6. I'll post it in the Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat. Once again, the plays for tonight: Cincy Dallas over 49.5 for 1.1 units. Cooper Rush to throw over 1.5 touchdowns at plus 148 for a half a unit. CeeDee Lamb to go over 6.5 yards receiving at 0.55 units to win a half a unit coming back. And Indiana laying 10 at home against Minnesota for 1.1 units. Those are the plays for us here on a Monday's Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me across all socials at Sports Talk Matt every morning. It's the Daily Juice presented by DraftKings.